Uh, Welcome to your match preview where I am still slightly ill. I've got a dry cough, so you'll hear me coughing in this video, and I've got a blocked nose. This is West Ham versus Nottingham Forest match preview. I'm sorry that it's at late night, but I was considering whether I was even going to do a fucking preview or not. But make sure to like the video, and we're so close to 200 subscribers, it will mean a lot if you could make that happen for me. Right before the end of the year, we are so close. I reckon we will hit it before the end of the year, but we only need a couple more, man. So please subscribe. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Obviously, I know we beat Olympiacos and Arsenal in cups, but we have failed to win a league game since Sheffield United. From what I remember, like 2-2 against Newcastle, 4-1 against Villa, 1-0 against Everton, 3-2 against Brentford, all losses, and obviously the Newcastle draw. Yeah, we are still awful. We are awful on the ball. And we're going into a game against Nottingham Forest where they beat Villa at home at the City Ground, and they were well worth their win. They deserve to win. And I know they're quite bad away from home. They're probably too cautious away from home, but we are too cautious in general. So this could go either way. They did beat Chelsea away from home. That's not saying much. But then again, it wouldn't be saying much being us away from home because even Everton did that. If Everton can do that, Nottingham Forest can certainly do that. Because I'd consider Forest like either around the same level as Everton or probably better than Everton. And I don't know where we are on that level, but they're probably both better than us at the minute. Um, I'm just afraid of what could happen on Sunday. I'm afraid of the Forest counter-attack. I think Awoyedi is it should be match fair. I think Hudson-Odoi is injured. I think Alanga will play him. Morgan Gibbs-White will play him. Morgan Gibbs-White playing slightly wider because he's playing Dominguez, Mangala and Sangare. From what I've seen, that midfield has done quite well. Sangare, someone I wanted at West Ham. Obviously, we got Alvarez, but it would have been nice to get both. They've got ambitious owners. It's quite hard to settle in all these players, but Steve Cooper, great manager, still managed to do it. I rate Steve Cooper as a manager. I can understand the criticisms. I can also understand why Forest gave him a new deal. He's got the fans, like the fans love him. He always looks stoned, but he knows exactly what he's doing. Very honest post-match interviews, very likable guy. He's just done well, and you got to remember when Forest got taken over by Steve Cooper nearly 2 years ago now. They were around the relegation zone, and Chris Hughton was their manager. Chris Hughton gets sacked. Steve Cooper gets them to the playoffs, to third place, I think, and then they beat Huddersfield in the final after that dramatic penalty shootout against Sheffield United. I think a lot of people had them down. I had them to survive just. They actually exceeded even my expectations. I said 17th, I think they were 16th or 15th, and we were like 14th or something. We weren't that far off from each other. We beat each other. We both kept clean sheets at home against each other. It was pretty much the Lingard game where we went to the City Ground and got convincing. Well, we didn't even get convincingly beat because we actually had chances and we should have won the game. But you know what West Ham are like. We're not clinical. We missed a penalty. Declan Rice missed a penalty. Fornals hit the bar. Souček missed a sitter. Benrahma played well. There was a lot of debate whether that goal should have been allowed that we scored, but whatever. And then we beat them 4-0 in a game where we actually played really bad in the first half, and that was Danny Ings' last goal for West Ham. In the league, he scored a brace, scored one in Europa, but I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think about this game. I'm just afraid I could because I remember the Everton game when we lost 1-0. I can imagine it being a similar game to the Everton game where I think that we will be given the ball a lot because we're at home. But it'll be like Olympiacos. We'll pass it side to side. Quite a lot. Quite a lot. Waiting for openings, even though we have creative players. Whenever any of our players have the ball, no one else wants to show for the ball. So no one wants to show for the ball for each other, meaning that we're going to lose possession. And nobody can tell me that this is good enough. Not even a Moyes lover. And when I mean Moyes lover, I literally mean that these people that defend anything that Moyes does, it's the players. It's always the players. Now, the players need to take responsibility. I'll always criticise the players. But Moyes picks them, Moyes sets the tactics out. So, if you're going to criticise and say, how is it Moyes' fault? If the players on the pitch are making the same mistakes, if we are doing well, and the team are scoring goals and we're getting into Europe, don't praise David Moyes. That's the logic. I praise the manager when we do well. I don't praise the manager when we're not doing well. It's quite simple. Because usually it falls back as a collective from the players and the manager. I can picture it being, as I said, like a counter-attack. Similar to how they beat Chelsea and how we got beat by Everton. A little 1-0 counter-attack, countering on a mistake. Maybe from an Anthony Elanga goal or Amoyani again, who scored against us in the City ground. I think he scored his first goal for Forest against us. I could just picture that happening. I don't see us having too many shots, despite having the ball a lot, in my opinion. I have no confidence. I don't see any reason why I should be confident going into this. From what I know of the team news, I don't know whether Zuma will be fit, because Zuma was training even in just before the Brentford game, but maybe Moyes doesn't want to take a risk, wants to try Mavropanos out, and then we'll see how Zuma is after the international break. Let's hope Neif again can carry on a good performance against Olympiacos. He's performed well in the Cups, but can he perform well in the league? We're still waiting for that. I don't think Vladimir Sufal can play twice a week, and especially if he's going to perform like this. 4 assists doesn't mean you perform well throughout the whole season. It means you've done very good moments when you've been given space. If you look at his 4 assists, he's been given the space. He's very good when he's given space. But when teams are just defending against us, the guy just doesn't want to use his weak foot. The guy just wants to long ball it all the time. And that's because also that our players don't come short for the ball. Now, Antonio, as much as I love Antonio, he shouldn't play this game. Neither should Souček. I don't want to see Souček in this lineup. I don't want to see Antonio in this lineup. I don't really want to see Benrahma in this lineup either. But you guys all know my feelings. I want Cornet on the left and I guess Bowen up front, even though we still don't know if that's going to work. That could work, but we still don't know if it's going to work properly. Kudus on the right and Paquetá just in behind you. Obviously got the goal, but needs a better performance than Thursday because overall the performance still stunk. Because he did some good things and did some bad things, and it was very seesaw-ish, let's say. We are still lucky to have a creative player like him, but the performances, he still needs to step up. Someone like Edson Alvarez, try not to get yellow carded, unless you're doing a professional foul. This guy is probably going to get a couple more, I would say at least 2 more bans this season due to yellow cards. That's just my opinion, though. If I was to predict the lineup, I would probably say it's going to be Areola and goal, Sufal, Mavropanos again, and Emerson, Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, and then I would probably say he's going to pick same as Everton. I think he'll do the same as Everton, which didn't work. I think he'll put Paquetá off the left again. I think he'll put Kudus on the right, and I think he'll play Bowen and Antonio up front due to the fact that he did that against Brentford. Now, 4-4-2 could work, but at the same time, can it? If you're going to play 4-4-2, you might actually get the best out of Danny Ings. I don't think Danny Ings is a bad striker at all. I just don't know why we bought him, because he doesn't suit us. But that, again, I'm bored of talking about Danny Ings. I'm bored of talking about the same problems that we've been having all season. And despite a good start, I'm still not confident that we're going to continue. Well, that we're not going to continue any shitload of form. Even if we win, like on uh, on Sunday, I'm not convinced that we'll go on a run. And December's going to be tough for every team. I can't remember the last time West Ham ever handled a good Christmas in a Christmas scheduling. I'm more worried about Europe, trying to just confirm our status. You know, we're on level points with Freiburg. We've got to beat Freiburg and then beat the other team, Topola. But yeah, that was my predicted lineup, but this is my match preview. I can't do it for much longer, my voice is fucked. So make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. And the email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.